I have not met anyone yet that's opposed to it or doesn't want to get involved in it.
What is currently just some blueprints may soon take shape in Lycoming County, as District Attorney Tom Marino made the proposal for a new juvenile justice facility, as he sees juvenile crimes grow in numbers and severity.
We've got to get these kids to realize you're carrying a gun, you're either going to end up dead or you're going to end up killing someone.
The proposed 170-bed facility won't just change the landscape of the 67-acre rural area in Lycoming County, but also the landscape of juvenile justice as we know it here in Pennsylvania.
I knew what I dealt with in the past. We were just putting kids, maybe filling up a little farmhouse that we had here, sending kids all over the place.
Places as far as Ohio and Texas, as there's a juvenile detention bed crisis across the state of Pennsylvania. With a shortage of beds, it's leaving those in the juvenile justice system struggling with where to put their most violent offenders.
The facilities that we try to send our kids to when we don't have room here are either in Philadelphia or in Pittsburgh, and they're getting quite full. And it's very, very expensive. Cost us from anywhere from $800 to $1,000 a night.
People working on all levels of Pennsylvania's juvenile justice system believe this current crisis started with the reforms and changes that stemmed from the Kids for Cash scandal. DA Marino was a federal prosecutor at that time.
Towards the end of my time at the U.S. Attorney's Office, we started that case.
He says this scandal shaped the way he wants this proposed facility to run, which includes safeguards against money being exchanged and an authority board to oversee it.
In addition to turning the juvenile system upside down, this is going to make a world of difference, because once other counties see what we have, and they're going to be wanting to send their kids to this facility.
What they're talking about is just phenomenal. Like I said, it's like the Taj Mahal of rehabilitation. And, it's just going to afford kids an opportunity to change their lives.
Luzerne County's Chief of Juvenile Probation, Chris Parker, is also on the front lines battling this crisis.
The fact that, we're looking to send kids to a different county, and it's not our county, those are not our beds. They're at free will to make that decision and whether or not they want to accept them or not.
He says this facility would bring relief to departments just like his all across the state. The most appealing part of the proposal, the number of services offered, from drug and alcohol treatment to mental and behavioral health resources right on site. Services kids aren't currently receiving due to the detention bed crisis.
On an outpatient basis, you can't get them to cooperate. You can't get them to talk to counselors and things of that nature. So, in order for them to get the necessary help and treatment that they need, sometimes you do have to place them. And, we've seen a lot of success with kids that have been placed in the proper environments with the proper people.
Because the kids would be kept closer to home, Marino wants families to also be involved in the rehab process. There would also be teachers to help with education and work opportunities, giving kids a new outlook.
This is going to be a whole new ball game for them. This is where they're going to, at some point, realize I can be anything I want other than a criminal.
And while the facility is breaking barriers, so does the price tag, projected at about $60 million, as Marino looks towards grants, state and federal funding to make it a reality.
The sooner I get the funding, the faster we can get to work. But there are certainly hurdles that we have to get over.
Marino says he's hopeful they could be breaking ground on the facility by sometime in 2026. Melissa Steininger, Action 16 investigates.